evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. And this particular video I'm making to, just to understand what is a specific needs, especially for the human beings, and why we drive to achieve something, especially the motivation side. So for that, I just want to introduce one of the theory named Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So especially this theory has been designed especially by the Maslow's, and name is given based on his name only. So it has been redefined multiple times. So basically from 40s era, then again it's refined in the 70s era, and it came in two to three versions actually. So but we are going to talk about the base theory, then I will add the little bit of about extension also. So what Maslow's theory especially has been designed to understand the psychological aspects of the human needs, and why we drive for the motivation and what motivates us to achieve something in life. So you will be able to understand and map accordingly, and then we'll try to map with our spatially healing arts and the painting side also, why we should pursue that. So let's understand the base foundation of the human need. So that is called the, especially the physiological, in the sense basic needs. Basic needs, what are the humans basic needs? Basic need is food, water, shelter, and then reproductive needs, and also especially the environmental stability, that also comes in the basic needs. So that is called the, especially the physiological needs. We can even give another name also. It is called, especially in the extension part of the Maslow theory, that is called the deficiency need. In the sense, without meeting those need that is really required, especially with respect to motivating ourselves to achieve something in our life. So that is called the deficiency needs also, and in other language we can call it as a basic needs also. Now let's understand the next layer is especially that is called the safety needs. Everyone want to feel safe, especially whether it is your family environment, or it is society, or it is especially the if you are going out especially. So everybody want to feel safe. It can be a physical safety, and it can be emotional safety also. So that also another factor with respect to the motivation. So safety needs includes, I told you, physical safety, psychological safety, and even health related safety also, or just to, sense of feeling safe. So it is called the safety needs. And let me tell you, everybody's, need different. Their level of motivation different, basic needs and safety needs. Now what is our next layer is especially the feeling of belongingness. That is the, especially related to love and belongingness. So anything, whether it is a family environment, whether it is a society, or whether it is simply your work environment, they, that belongingness, you belong to that need is very important, with respect to the love and belongingness. Now what is the next level of needs? Our next level of needs is especially that is 1 second. Yeah. So next level of needs are especially that is called the self-esteem needs. In the sense, self-esteem means feeling of achieving something. That can come from your career also, that can come from your family also. So self-esteem needs also differ from person to person, how they are feeling fulfilled, especially whether how they are getting and what is boosting their self esteem. So those type of needs, every few will get it, self esteem, their needs will get fulfilled from their family also, but for everybody it is not the same. Some will get it from the, their social settings also, some will get from their work environment also. So meeting those needs are very important. Now what is the, last layer of the needs? That is called the self actualization. So self actualization means reaching your full potential, in the sense everybody's full potential is a different, but you are feeling fulfilled, you are able to self actualize based on your current skills, so that is called the self actualization. The moment you realize this is what is your full potential, and you are able to utilize that, whether it is a family environment, whether it is a society settings, or whether it is your work environment, so you are able to fully actualize yourself. So that is called the self actualization. Now try to map that with the common scenario. Let's understand that somebody who is struggling with the basic needs such as finance and then money related, or simply food related, or the simple such as reproductive etc, all those type of needs, air also, air, water, right, water consumption. So their motivation is to achieve that only. That is called the basic needs. Now once they are able to do that, their basic needs are fulfilled, then we look forward for the next level of need. So what was next level of need? That was a safety needs. But let me tell you, it doesn't go in the sequence. This theory also tells like it's not necessary for the person to go in that sequentially, but ideally that should happen. With respect to reaching to your full potential, those needs should meet for the long term of sustainability with respect to self actualization. But it differ from person to person. Some may be, they are struggling with their basic needs, but still they are able to contribute to the society. That also it happens. Someone is struggling with the safety needs, still they are able to contribute in their family etc, all those things. That, so that's what I am telling, their motivation can be different from person to person, but ideally that should progress it in the sequence way, so that you can actually reach to your full potential as a normal human being. Now let's understand these level of each type of needs differ from person to person. Maybe somebody's motive is not to be very financially stable. Finance is a basic needs, but still their belonging on their environment, maybe their needs are very high. So that also can happen, that can on, so that might take some time to fulfill that, in the sense. Now somebody's self esteem needs are very high, in the sense they have to be top of all the games etc, then they will feel like something about themselves. So those needs are different. And some people are very common, they are fine with something happen within family, and that is sufficient for them. So that requirement differ from person to person, that is also there. And it's not necessary to drive everything sequentially, that is also another point. Now let's understand what is a self actualization. Self actualization is when you are able to meet all your basic needs, whether it is a safety needs or whether it's a physiological environmental needs, and then love and belongingness etc. So those all spatially come under the deficiency needs, that is required especially to self actualize self fulfillment. It's required to meet all the deficiency needs, whether it is a basic needs, safety needs, or love and belongingness. This is required to reach to the full potential. Now, what is the growth needs? Rest of the two layer is called the growth need, which is a self-esteem needs and self-actualization. So when those needs are able to meet it, that is called the growth needs. Now let's understand especially the extension of this model. Extension of this model again has been redefined in the year 1970, especially 71 I can recall, and that was additional three layers has been added. So what those were three layers? Layers were related to, one of them was the aesthetic needs, especially, and then wisdom needs or something, and there was one more. So I will maybe cover that in our next video extension part. But for the time being, let's understand these five, especially pillar, are the five. These layers are the pillar of the motivation. So how we can use this theory in our day to day life? You can use that everywhere, especially if you really want to motivate somebody. You can really use it if you are a leadership position. This is very much required to understand your team also. You know what is, actually it is happening with them, rather than expecting setting the unexpected results from them. Let's understand that. So it is really it's very much required to understand where they are exactly. So it is really important. And trust me, it works, because it is a well proven. So if you really want to motivate something, let's understand first where they are exactly. Are they struggling with the safety needs? Are they struggling with the basic needs only, or they are not feeling a lot of security related issues, or the belongingness, they are not able to find themselves fit into that maybe culture, society, or that is not diversified or not inclusive, or anything can happen, so that belongingness is not coming. So you can add those points to make that motivating for others, especially. So that is very much required. But what is required before that? To understand what is stopping them, especially with respect to motivating. Because if you don't know anything about them and you're simply motivating, it doesn't work. That is the reason you may be applying the same motivation principle for everybody, but it might not be working for everyone, because their needs might be different. So your motivation strategy also should change according to their needs. If somebody is struggling with the basics, such as food, water, you are telling them about the self actualization, spirituality, and all those things. So maybe at one point, due to cultural aspects, it will not, otherwise, nor in normal condition, it doesn't make sense. Similarly, somebody is looking for belongingness, etc., and you are telling them more about the finance and basic things, it will not go along, because they will not be able to relate, because their needs are totally different, something like that. And somebody is struggling with the self esteem needs, you'll talk about the totally basic things, etc., it will not go with them, that will not go with them. And more than that, somebody is struggling with the basic things, and you especially, and you are talking about this different like a safety system, etc., so that will not go well, especially. So always remember to whom you are motivating, what are they struggling with, which need they are struggling within your team, and also what exactly they want. And always remember, same motivation and etc. doesn't work for everybody. Now, how to apply this, especially while doing the practice, because especially doing the healing art practice. So let me tell you, painting is one of the activity which will really give you the sense of whether you are struggling with the belongingness, or you are struggling with emotional safety issues also, or simply self esteem, and more than that, self actualization. So painting will give you all sense of freedom. I'm not telling like it will replace your existing issue, there you may have to work. But other than that, if you have issue with self esteem, or you feel self actualization, you might be seeing so many people go towards the spirituality. Reason is self actualization, because that will set them into totally different space, where they feel a type of especially the self actualization, and their other needs will become less as compared to their actual self actualization. Once somebody is getting more towards into the spirituality. Similarly, if you are more towards the creativity and art side, it will help you with respect to that needs to reach your full potential. Same time, self esteem, it also works on the emotional healing side, and it will really create a safe space for you to express yourself. I cannot tell you it will give you your basic needs. Basic needs, definitely you have to manage it, and you have to work on that. But for all other things, it will really support you. It will not replace your existing thing that you have to work in, but it will fulfill, and it will really give you that space for the emotional safety environment, or the expressing yourself fully, or the self-esteem side and belongingness side, because you are connected with something, especially any art activities, etc. It will give you that feeling, it will give you that joy. It will not replace you the existing one, but it will help you to fill that gap if you are really struggling with that. So I hope this will help you. If you differ from anything, you can put your comments into the comment window, because I have created this video based on my understanding, and I have used that also in one of the my my assignments, and there was a one case study also I have used it. But if you differ and you feel like something I have missed, you can put that into the comment section and look forward for you. So bye bye, take care, I'll see you in my next video.